Hello, my name is Francoise, and I am installing braids on my client's hair. And what I showed you is I'm using a comb, biotin silk, less jam, extra hold, and pro styling gel. I'm a little bit of old school. As you can see, his hair is wet. Okay, so I'm a little put a little bio stick on it. And the reason being is because when I blow dry it, I want to make sure that the hair is fully extended till its fullest amount. Although I am going to add hair to his hair today, I still believe in hair care. When you're old school, you just don't do you don't do hair. I mean, you don't do a lot of things on dry hair. So you try to make sure that everything that you're doing, it is really, really, really good. So as you can see, I'm blow drying the hair. I am getting the hair ready for the braids. Some clients' hair, they ask, do I braid wet? Absolutely. It is not a hindrance to braid people's hair wet. I think you just should know the texture of each person's head. Most times when girls come to me and they get their hair braided, I really love for their hair to be, if they are natural, I like for their hair to be wet because it's much easier to untangle. His hair is not hard to untangle, but it's not as long as he would like. So I believe in hair care of growth. When you come to me, get your hair done, the one thing you want to feel is love. And sometimes people want their style so super, great that there is no mistakes. And I believe in life you can get there, but as well, I believe in making sure that your hair is full of care before you start to do any of the gleams that people like. Once again, you can just watch. I am just really blow drying his hair. I am using a hand dryer that is made by one of the greatest dryers. Is by FI Heat. That's an elite professional Watts dryer. So while your hair is being dry, it doesn't dry your scalp out and damage the scalp, because sometimes I believe we can damage our scalp with too much heat. If you would like to know what type of dryer that I'm using, hand dryer, and I'm just using a Brillo brush, to pull up the hair, and I am getting it ready. As you can see, he still have his hair, his scalp is still wet, and that's a good thing because the hair is drying, but the scalp has not dried, so that means there's moisture. Anytime that you do hair, you want to make sure that there's moisture. Wipe a little bit of sweat off of him. I'm pulling some of those, some of the wet down, but basically I'm really blow drying his hair. Not damaging it, but I'm drying it to where you can do it. Some people, like I say, like to braid wet, and that's fine, but for his hair type, I would not. And his hair type is he have low porosity type hair, and so with his low porosity type hair, I just make sure I extend as much as I can. Alright, so you see me just constantly wiping the wet beads down. It means that the scalp is not fully dry, but it's good. It is, his hair is dry, is great, okay? So now what you're going to find is, this is why I do hair care. His hair, he's a young man, and he has hair, but as well, he has some spots that is not as strong. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my sulfur 8. Yes, I am old school. I'm taking my sulfur 8, and I am going to grease his scalp. Moisture with a little bit of with a little bit of medication. Oil is just great for the hair. Sulfur 8 has been around for so many years, and if you don't know, most people don't like it because it has a little bit of a little stink to it. I didn't say saturate his head with it. I didn't say dry his, overdo the scalp. Put enough in the scalp, okay, that it actually, keeps that moisture in his hair, as well as help his hair to breathe, to be able to fully grow. And so I go on his whole head. Okay. Yeah, you don't need much, just a little. Okay, inside of the scalp, just a little, just enough. Okay. And once you put this in, there's a lot of things that you can use to get rid of the smell, And I am going to show you what else I use to kind of down that smell of the sulfur 8, where you don't even smell it. Okay. It's almost like, to me, sometimes hair is like food. If it don't taste that great, it's great for you. But if it tastes too good, that means it kills you. So I do new school things too as well. But I just like the old school because it does work, and you see it work like instant. Okay, so I put it in. I'm going to get my, that's right, anti-growth oil. And that, the one I had, the green one, it really has a great smell to it. So it kind of knocks off the smell of it. I'm actually taking a moment because that's my new bottle, so I got to get the thing out the top, okay? But yeah, you put a little bit in the head, yep, in different spots. Okay, just enough. You ain't killing it again. You just making sure it's in there, okay? Once it's there, you're going to take your fingers and massage the head. Massage the hair. The hair need massaging. The scalp need massaging. Okay, put it all over. He might have to go get a haircut every week instead of every 2 weeks if you keep this up, but at least it'll be healthy. Okay, just put it in. Make sure you rub it in really good. Now I'm going to take my blow dryer, and I am going to blow dry the hair with it in there. I want it to really melt down into the scalp. While I got the scalp open, it's a little moist. I'm going to pull it out, okay? I want to make sure that the hair and the scalp gets some of that sulfur 8 and the stimulating growth oil that I put inside of the hair. Okay, so I'm just making sure it melts a little bit, just like putting it in the microwave. Just melting it in there a little bit, because now I'm about to braid. And one of the key things is for the scalp to look thoroughly well taken care of, you have to make sure that it's melt down in there. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do 4 braids. Okay, so sometimes I do use the flat iron, but I didn't turn it on, so oh well. You're gonna see that you don't need the flat iron. The flat iron, just when you do it that way, it makes the braids look a little bit sleek, shall I say. But he's gonna get 4 braids going back, and I'm kind of going to gear them towards his face, okay? So I am parting the hair, and I know some people have problems with parting the hair, okay? I used to have this problem years ago, and you see his face, he always says that I am all in his scalp. His scalp is just a little tender. But a trick to that is, if you don't feel like your part is as straight as you want it, you can actually, and you can see I got it pretty straight, but if it's not as straight as you want, you could take a little bit of the jam, okay? Remember that less jam? You could take it and put it on the part, okay? You can go down the part with it, and then you go back over with your comb, okay? And what that does is it makes the part stand out even more, okay? So, and like I said today, you know, he's getting 4 braids. And with his braids, I do use my little clamps to push the hair over so it don't get in my way. I am going to use hair with his. When you're braiding men hair and they have hair and you're going to add hair to their hair, you want to make sure that you do a couple of things. For one, you're going to get you some hair, not a lot, and pull it apart, okay? The first one don't need to be as much. It just needs to be a little. Before I get started with that, I make sure I can braid it. Then I take the styling gel. You know, the Pro Styling Gel? Yes, people. I know there's products out there, but I'm just showing you, if you don't have the products that the people have, you can still have the look that the people have, okay? And so you go up and down the hair, okay, on both sides of the hair. Don't do just one side, because one side will be dry and you won't like your braid, okay? But you can put enough on there where you're going up and down the braid, okay? And then you're going to start braiding the hair by itself. Do not add the hair until you have gotten at least 3 or 4 little braids going. And then you start to add the hair, okay? I have 2 ways of adding. I know some people like to pinch add and some people like to just add. I've been doing hair for so long that it really doesn't matter how you add the hair in to me, but as long as you know how to make it look professional, okay? So some people like adding from the left, some people like adding from the right. I think whatever feels right to your hand, because you know how you're making the braid look, okay? As you see, I am what the new people call is you are can't think of the name of what young people call now when you adding hair to your braids. But I like it, you know. Yeah, so let's just keep watching me put the braids in. This style only took about 30 minutes, okay? It didn't take long. It was not a long process. But I know my lighting ain't all that great, but I wanted to at least show you what to do, okay? So you go down, and sometimes I braid way past the hair, with the hair, and I am gonna cut it at the hair, you know, at the hair or whatever when I get finished with all the braids. But just for time, and I don't always have time to put a little pin on it or put a little bracket on it to hold it or none of that stuff. I don't have time for that. So I just usually braid it a little far down just so that I can, as I go along, if it does unravel a little, it won't be up. It will be up to the where I'm gonna cut. So I'm going on the other side. As I go to the other side, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Okay, excuse me. I'm doing the same exact thing. There is nothing different that I am doing. The reason why I go from side to side instead of going from side to middle is just so I can even out the hair, okay? Okay, so here we go. I did the other side. We're having a good time. Now, when you part down the middle of someone's head, go by their nose, in the middle of their nose, and get the braid, get the part right, okay? Don't have people all lopsided and one-sided. If you can. I used to do it. But I have gotten better over the years. Believe me, I have gotten better over the years. I have learned and pushed myself to different levels, okay? And as you see, the part is straight, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Let's Jam. And with my Let's Jam, I'm putting it in my braid. Not to say that I don't trust myself, but I just want to make sure that I got the braid completely straight, okay? For me, I want to make sure it's not about pleasing the person. It's just about you knowing if you can do better, you do better. Yep, just taking my time, making sure my part is good, paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay. I'm going to put my clips. I'm going to get my clips. Okay. Put my clips on. Get the hair out the way. Grab some of my styling gel. Put it on there. Okay. Make sure you put this gel on both sides, people. I can't stress it enough. That's my Pro Gel. Now let me say this. If I wasn't using weave with his hair, what could I possibly do? I could have used nothing but the jam, okay, and that would have made it a lot better. But however, I like using the gel because it makes it just a little bit more easier to braid. So like I said, you start the braid with no hair. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start to use hair just a little, and you keep moving, okay? It's according to however you want to add it. You can add it on both sides or one side. It's on you. Yep. It's a little bit bigger, so you're going to add a little bit more frequently than before. Yep. It's almost as if as you keep moving one, you're going to add one. Move one, add one. All because it's a little bit more than the sides. You're adding more to the little sides, okay? So if you do it right, you can never even tell that they have weave in their hair. You should buy a weave that matches their hair as well. Make sure the color texture is good unless people ask for additional colors. But for the most part, make sure that you just put in, okay? So I'm going to finish watching this as I continue. I'm sorry, his head is so sore. He be looking so funny. He loves to get his hair done, but he hates it at the same time. It's amazing to me. If something hurts, I don't understand why people keep getting it done. But, beauty, you have to look good for beauty, and it costs you some pain. Okay? All I did was I took that side braid and I added it to that braid as I continue to go down. Yep. Move the clip, move the other clip, ready to move on. Let's do what I did the last 3 times. Add the styling gels to the side. The last braid, okay? The very last braid. The reason I said no, he asked me could he go get him some water. I told him, no, we're filming. You can't. Once again, you're going to start your braiding with no weave, and then you hit four links, and then you start to add, okay? Like I told you, I can add from the left or to the right. I don't know what it's called when you kind of even-handed. I'm an even-handed person. I do a lot of my computer stuff. Sometimes it's on my left side, and then some things is on my right, which is so strange for most people because when they come to my computer, my desk, they're confused. But anyway, yeah, so you see me adding, and then I continue to add, and I add more than, I add like I did the other one with almost with each link that I'm going, because remember the braids at the top is just a lot. They are a lot bigger, so you have to add more. And like I said again, if you do this right, you will not have to worry about if the hair looks like the person's hair, because it will if you do a very good job. Sometimes I wish I had someone who could braid my hair like I braid other people, with care and love, and don't cost a whole lot. I'm not cheap, but I am mindful of people's pockets, okay? But I'm going to show you a video later on where I do his son, and he will not have no weave added to his hair. And I'll show you the difference, okay? There'll be a total difference. And so I'm adding the other braid to that braid as I go. And I'm adding all four actually together. And I don't go down very much because I fold it and I add the rubber bands to it and all that I do. Okay, you see how I have it? I'm going to try to get better at my lighting, people, so you all can see more, but yep, I take it and loop it, have it where it has the little knot, and I cut. Take 2 more rubber bands because I recognize, oh, it's a little thick. I need to make sure it's really secured. Okay. And I'm going to cut off that little bit. Well, it's not his hair right there, but making sure that it looks as natural as possible, okay? So there you go. That's how it is. It's finished. And I do, before I finish this video, I do want to say, I do go around the person's head, make sure there's enough gel and spots. Then you take your setting lotion, you take your wrapping tape, set them underneath the dryer for approximately about 20 minutes, 10, maybe 15 minutes if that. But look at the finished product. Look at that. That is great. You have not, like I said, he's missing some here, but you can't really tell what he's missing. But overall, the braid is good. He's awesome. Now all you want to do is finesse.